Hi, my name is Vicco von Voss, and I build and design contemporary furniture, and I live outside of Chestertown. I was born in Germany, and then we moved to several different countries: South Africa, Iran, Brazil, Germany, and then the United States when I was 13. And I was fortunate enough that I went to a high school that had one of those great workshops. Metalworking, woodworking, I mean, that's where I spend most of my time. So I got a lot of my foundation in this high school. My parents, having had a green card, were looking for a property to keep as a home base. And they ended up actually finding a farm 9 miles from where I am today. So I went to Chestertown, saw Washington College, applied early, got in, and that was that. I had to decide after college, where did I want to spend my life? So I had a choice between America and Germany. So I was going to do an apprenticeship in Germany for 3 years. One day, I ended up going to this furniture show, and I walked in and I saw this furniture that just blew me away. I mean, I had never seen contemporary furniture built the way this guy built the furniture. I'm standing in front of this piece just in awe, I mean, totally in awe. And from the side into this door walked the artist. And I knew he was the artist, and he saw that I got it. So then he mentioned in this big group that he was starting a new art movement in Germany. What he was trying to do in this movement is to go back to furniture built the old-fashioned way, which really appealed to me. Every month we would get together. And I mean, I was just soaking up what he was saying as a sponge. And basically that's where I got my sense for design. He taught us about the masculine line, which is, you know, the straight line, and the feminine line, which is the curved line, and having a balance between the two to create the masculine and the feminine, also the yin and the yang, you know, the balance and the harmony of those two things. And that's what he taught us. He really opened a path for me to find my real calling is to create new. So I had to come back to the States because of the green card, and you can't be out of the country for too long. So I opened up this shop in Chestertown. With work I had, I could just barely afford that shop. I couldn't afford house rent and shop rent. So I decided, well, I really want to make the shop work. I was supposed to be in Chestertown. I was supposed to be building my business there. So my lifelong dream also actually was to go to Alaska and live in the wilderness. So I decided I'm going to do what I was going to do in Alaska, but I'm going to do it here. I salvaged pallets, building materials, windows, and I built a little 8x12 cabin. No electricity, no running water, and I moved in there. But what that really did was that created a connection for me with the trees and the land. I picked up on the fact that they're living beings and that they communicate with one another. And then I let my ideas really unfold. I started milling my own wood. All the wood I get is either salvaged from wind damage, or people have cut down a tree because it's in their yard, and instead of the tree company hauling it to the dump, they call me and say, do you want this log? So basically, the way I feel about it is that I'm giving a tree a second life by turning it into something that gives it the same respect that it would have gotten as a living being. So basically, I set myself a standard that if a tree took 80 years to grow, I have to build something that lasts for 80 years. So that's my connection and my responsibility back to this spirit that was once in this tree, or still is in the tree, but in a different form now. Now people come to me and they say, we want a piece of yours. This was a couple that came to me and said, you know what, we really want a piece of yours. We would like you to build us a porch swing. Have you ever done that before? And I said, no. And they said, great. So I'm designing this porch swing for them, and I'm designing a porch swing you could buy. And I turned to them and I said, do you want a porch swing, or do you want a Vicco von Voss porch swing? And they said, we want a Vicco von Voss porch swing. I said, they understand this, they understand what I'm doing, and they want part of not just the piece, but part of my personality, because they're not just getting a piece of furniture, they're getting a Vicco von Voss.